What's up, everybody? We're live, man, and my vibe board just tripped out. I had a board for you guys today that I was going to show you some stuff. I'm still going to show you some stuff, but it's tripping out back there. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up?
Guys, today is the call where we go over how Batch Leads is helping you, and we're going to answer questions live. That's what we do, especially for people that are part of the Facebook community. We're proud that you're here. Please attend. We want to grow this, and guys, I'm pumped. I'm pumped today because I got a deal right now that we're going to look at. And the thing is, I'm in Utah, right? So if you don't have MLS access, it's kind of hard to know comps. I'm going to show you how you can use that, batch leads and information on the internet to run comps on non-disclosure states that you have to have access to the MLS. Who cares about that stuff? I'm going to show you guys why you don't need it. And we're going to go over this deal, talk about it a little bit more, and answer your questions. So that's what we're going to be going over today. I'm glad that everyone's here. I'm pumped. Got the board ready to rock and roll. Sean, give us a little intro to who you are, so for the people who might not know you, and while I get the board ready.
Absolutely. Hey guys, for those that don't know, I'm Sean Young, based here in Atlanta, Georgia. Been investing for about 8 years now, crushing it. I'm here to help my man Nathan support you guys with Batch. It's a super awesome tool. If you guys missed last month's episode, make sure you guys go back and check that one out. It was great. We dove deep into how to use Batch, how to use the agent outreach. Good episode. So I know we're going to kill it this week as well, as we're going to be talking about how to find cash buyers using Batch, guys.
Always do, bro. We always kill it. I love it. All right, guys. So first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to dive into this deal I got. So how did I get this deal? So I get most of my deals from networking, everybody. If you just open your mouth and you just talk to people about what you do, you're going to get a lot of deals. So I had one of my friends that I met through networking at a real estate event. He said, "Hey, man, I have a deal in St. George, Utah. Can you help me dispo it?" Now, look, I usually like to do things the painless way. Always like to do things the painless way, where I already have a ton of buyers and people bring it and I just make a couple phone calls. Now, on this situation, this is St. George, don't have a ton of type buyers. I called my title company, my escrow officer, and I said, "Hey, who do you know in St. George?" She's like, "Look, for the property you have, it's a little funky. Don't have anyone." So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Batch, I'm going to look at see what properties are out there that have that are similar to this one. I'm going to call some agents. Maybe we might be able to do it live, call some real estate agents. But that's what I do, Sean. If it's not my Rolodex, I usually look it up on Batch, bro. Try to find buyers that way.
100%. That's what we do.
So let's go into this. So Sean, can you tell people a little bit about what Dispo is? What is dispoing a property? We already got it under contract. What's Dispo?
Guys, the dispo is short for disposition. What it means is moving that deal through the closing, matching that deal with the cash buyer so that you can assign your position in that contract to that cash buyer.
Bro, well said, Doug. Pretty simple, yeah.
No, it's simple. It's super simple, guys.
Now, it is a simple concept, but finding a buyer, especially if you don't have a good deal, can be difficult, right? Just because you do a contract doesn't mean it's going to sell, right?
100%. A lot of people say that too. They're like, "Hey, man, that's why I love the painless method, because it's about having the cash buyers first." And in today's climate, I'm truly all for that. But like you're saying, what if we come across an opportunity such as this one? Does that mean we don't approach it? Absolutely not. We're going to show you guys exactly what you do, even if you don't have cash buyers already lined up.
Exactly. So what I like to do, I like working with real estate agents. And I think real estate agents are great because they have those relationships that I don't have. So I'm willing to pay a real estate agent $2,000-3,000 for them to bring me my buyer. Now, a lot of people, they try to go directly to the LLC. They'll skip trace. They'll find the owner is an LLC and they'll just skip trace and try to reach out to the guy. Then you got to build rapport. The guy could be busy. For me, I'm like, hey, I'm all about speed, convenience, ease. Let me just call the agent that's got the relationship. They'll connect me. I've done several deals through real estate agents. So it's been easy for me. Sean, I don't know about you, man. Have you done a lot of deals through agents?
Absolutely, man. Agents are great, man, because especially if you can find a few good ones, guys. That's the thing. A lot of people think that agents don't want to work with wholesalers, and that's not true. You just got to find the right ones. Just like you don't want to work with all listing agents, all realtors, they don't want to work with all wholesalers, but you got to separate yourself. You got to show them how you're going to bring value to what they're doing and to their clients.
That's it. That's exactly it, bro. All right, so let's break down this deal, what I'm going to do, the process. I know it's kind of harder to see. Let me see if I turn off this light, if it is easier. 1 second. turn on this dang light back here. No, it didn't do anything. All right, whatever. All right, so you're just going to get a good idea of what the process looks like. So I got this listing. I got this lead from a buddy of mine. He's like, look, the house has tons of liens. It's $1 million property and up. Like it's pretty expensive, right? So you really narrow down your buyer pool to like who's willing to do luxury flips. So we're going to have to find an agent that represents luxury flippers or in that sector, like in that realm, right? You're not going to be able to deal with an agent that's never listed $1 million property or doesn't really deal with those type of people and be able to find that buyer. So that's kind of the goal. Now, there's something funky about this property. All right, let's look at it. So it's right here. If everyone can see, it's a $2.5 million property. Now, Sean, I know you can't see extremely well, but the problem here with this deal is there's a $2.5 million home in a residential, normal, like middle-class neighborhood. So the issue that we have here, you probably already know what I'm going to say. What's the issue with having the nicest, biggest, most expensive house in the neighborhood that's just middle class?
Comps,
right?
Comps.
That's the problem. So we're in a state where I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't have access to MLS, but I can already see, look, batch is in most services are going to, struggle. They're going to struggle to find out the ARV of this thing because it's a weird property. And Sean, when I was brand new to wholesaling, this happened a lot. I'd get I'd get deals that were the most expensive house in the neighborhood. And they'd be like, oh, can you help me out? And they'd want a lot or just maybe even a discount, but they were still way off. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wanted that. Nobody wants to buy $1 million home and your neighbors are all just little smaller homes. It's going to be hard to resell that.
100%.
So you definitely don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this property. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to go to details. All right. We're going to check this thing out. It said that its estimated value is $3 million. Okay. That's what the estimated value is at the moment. I have the contract right now for, let's see, got to take a look at the contract. Got on my email, everybody. I think the price that we have it under contract for is like 1.3. Okay. So this is saying it's worth $3 million. That might be true if it was in a neighborhood that was like, more prevalent, right? But it's just in the middle of nowhere. Well, not middle of nowhere, but in the middle of a neighborhood that's not. So I can see because of batch that they canceled their listing on the MLS. They listed it for $3 million on the MLS. So they tried to get a lot of money. Nobody was biting on this thing, right? That's the issue. So that's why how my friend got this lead. He knew the guy listed it. He didn't want to, he couldn't find anyone to make offers that he liked. So he's now going to a cash offer. And my buddy, I told him, he does it the painless way too. I said, hey, bro, tell him that you're not buying, just so you're going to help him find a buyer, cash buyer. And so the guy knows. He's given us a 3 months due diligence period, which is crazy. But what we do now is we just look for people to make offers. So now when I call agents, I'm going to say, hey, do you have any buyers that are interested? And if they're like, maybe, I'd be like, just make us an offer because the seller's pretty dang motivated. And that's where we're navigating this. Now, you got to make sure that the seller is realistic too. You don't want to do this for a seller and just say, hey, let me go find people that will buy this. If they're just heads are in the clouds, it's going to be a complete waste of your time. But if they're motivated, if there's anything that's causing them to go, then it's a good idea, right? I like doing this.
100%.
So you can see that it was listed by Jeremy Back, and he just canceled it a couple months ago. Distress indicators, active pre-foreclosure, and it's got property liens. So my title escrow officer I talked to, she's like, man, this has got a lot of issues that we're going to have to clean up. So on top of paying the price he wants, you're going to have to get him out of pre-foreclosure. It's going to be this is going to be an interesting one, brother.
Indeed.
So one thing I'd like to do is you just go right here to comparables. We're going to go to comparables right here. And we're going to see if batch has got anything for us on the comparables. Again, it's going to be kind of tricky because this is in an area that doesn't have a lot of bro. So this, as you can see right here, batch does a radius of 25 miles. There's not a comp within 5 miles, according to what we have, just off of the information here. So that's not good for this. Whoever built this house on the hill, bad move, right?
Bad move,
bro. You shouldn't have done it. So let's see, reset, let's filter. Let's see if we find anything. Okay. Yeah, so there's some comps out here. So this one that was similar. This is a very big house. 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. It's square footage. Bruh. This says as a square feet is 15,000 square feet.
Wow.
There's gonna be hard to find some comps of that. 15,000 square feet. That's nuts. That sounds a little ridiculous, to be honest. The other one that sold earlier this year, according to Batch, sold for 4.4 million. Okay, so that's a comp, but you're comparing it to the house here that was in a nicer neighborhood, right? And probably a gated community. This other one, it's not. So very, very interesting. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to see. You can do 2 things. Batch has this new thing that lets you do agent outreach and pull agents like in the area. So you could say, okay, what agents in this area of St. George represent buyers, like have listed homes in this like specific price range. You could do that, or you could just filter, do a property search, and you could look for homes that are listed and then call agents that are listing expensive homes. Now, the reason why I took this lead is because it is pretty discounted, but it's going to be a tricky one. And the guy's motivated. I mean, he's in pre-foreclosure, so he's going to have to take something or he's going to get his credit ruined. So that's the reason why you would take a situation like this where it's funky, right? Sean, would you pass this one on? Tell me the truth.
There is, I mean, there's definitely motivation, which means that there's definitely something that could be done because of the motivation, of course. So this is a situation based upon the length of time that you guys have, the 90 days, basically. I would take it on because within 90 days, I figured we could figure something out. Probably way sooner than 90 days. We'll know sooner than later if this is something that we could actually solve this guy's problem with.
Okay. No, agreed. Now, again, if there's no issue, if there's no motivation, I'm out because there's no reason. I'm not going to try and do all this work to find a buyer. And then the guy's like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm just going to stay here. Like,
exactly.
I'm going to do all that. So what we do is you go to boundary here, and we want to make a boundary in this area. Let's go click on that. And we want to see what's listed around this area at the moment. And what you're going to do is you're going to see it here on the right-hand side once it loads. Okay, so let's see. 1540 Stonecliff Drive. It's listed currently. It's currently for sale. So that'd be a good one to call. So I'm immediately getting higher price homes. So in this area, there are properties that are selling for quite a bit, but the one that we have is just so crazy. It's so big and it's so weird, right? So what I would do, guys, is I would call one of these agents right here by just clicking on here. Click on the property that's listed currently and go to details. Hope everyone can see this. The reason I'm doing it on my whiteboard is because YouTube, if you do it like share your screen, they're like, hey, you're showing people's information. They shut you down, but I can get around it here, I think. Okay, so what I would do is I would call, as you guys can see, these pictures are kind of dope. It's a nice house. Let's see. I would go here to MLS, and I would go to where it has the listing agent's information right here under, let's see. They might have changed it. Here it is. Shoot, I didn't even click on it. This dang vibe board, bro. Okay. Michelle Evans. You want me to call her, bro?
Call her.
Let's see if she's got something for me. Let's give her a call. Come on,
do it.
Don't let me down, girl. I got to do this live. I'm nervous. Okay, another thing that I will say before I call, this could be the number of the brokerage, and I don't want to call the brokerage. I want to call her cell phone. So if I don't find it here, I'm just going to Google search her. So 435. All right, let's see if this is her. So it says Michelle. But again, if this is the brokerage, I'm going to Google search her because most agents have their phone numbers directly online if you just search it. And I have a 404 number. I'm calling a 435 in Utah. I grew up in Georgia. Sometimes they don't answer my phone because they might think I'm spam. So I call 2-3 times sometimes. So just be aware of that, everybody. Bro.
Either they're out to lunch or she's super busy.
Hello, Michelle Evans with Keller Williams Real.
Nah, dude, she didn't answer because she thought it was spam. She'll answer this one, guaranteed, bro. Come on, Michelle, help me out.
Come on.
But man, it's the one thing I dislike about calling is people don't answer, bro. I'm like, look, I got something to say, and I'll be quick about it. Let's go.
Indeed.
But that's why CRMs are important, man, because you got to put the information in, you got to throw them in a drip. Maybe a text will get them.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, this is Michelle Evans.
Okay,
with
so
Keller
I'll leave a
Williams
voicemail.
Realty.
I'll let you know what the voicemail sounds like, and I would send her a text.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing? My name's Nathan. I saw that you have a listing right now in St. George and that you list properties in the area, and I just have a quick question about it. So please give me a call back. Thanks. Bye. Vague. I don't want to be like, hey, my name's Nathan. I'm looking for a buyer. I can explain that. And then I'll send her a quick text message. So the goal here, the conversation would look like this. Hey, Michelle, what's going on? My name's Nathan. I actually noticed that you list a lot of properties in St. George. Do you focus mainly on luxury, or do you focus on, mid to low class, whatever? And then she's like, no, I do. I focus a lot on luxury. I'd say, great. Look, I just have a quick question. I noticed that you had a listing. I have one that's pretty close to that. I'm helping out a friend. They had it listed. No one bought it. I was wondering if you represent or any cash buyers. The reason why I didn't sell is because, it needs to get flipped and it needs work. Do you know any any cash buyers that buy in St. George? That's it. Now, if she's like, well, are you a wholesaler? I'll be like, yeah, I'm not just a wholesaler. I fix and flip, I buy, but this one doesn't meet my criteria. So I'm trying to help my friend out and see if there's a buyer, that I can bring. And I'd be willing to pay you a commission for me to bring one. Simple as that. She doesn't want to work with me. Forget her. There's 10, 15, maybe 20 more listings that are there. And then I can also pull the directory and call the agents that represent upper, what is it called? Higher tier homes, whatever.
Yep.
Cool, Sean. So anything you want to add to that? Anything you want to say that maybe people are thinking, they're like, oh, maybe some I need to go over better?
No, you did a great job, man. You covered it very well. That's exactly how you want to do it. And you don't want to, again, like, I know that for the purpose of this exercise, we've called, just Michelle, but guys, you don't want to stop there. If Michelle doesn't answer, you guys got to call somebody else,
Right.
call another until you get somebody, so you can get some information on this property, because you want to do things now. You don't want to wait for things to happen.
Definitely want to keep calling. Cause the thing is, like, you need to get information. Like I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. I would say I'm a very skilled investor. I know how to run comps and all that stuff. This is a weird property that you need an expert on the ground that can help you with. That's the key. So if you talk to an agent that's been like, dude, I've been there for like being an agent for 20 years. This house ain't selling for less than 900,000. That's good information for me. Because then I can go up to the seller and say, hey, look, this is what we're up against. How much do you owe on this property? And, because you're gonna have to take less. It's a different conversation than me just, keep on looking, not talking to people and just, forcing it. Information will help you get a deal done way faster than just, beating your head against the wall.
100%. And again, it's arming us with data. That was the key point there. We don't have to go back and hard, like lowball them because we just want to. Hey, no, we're going back with data. Hey, listen, I've done a lot of research here in the area. This property is in a peculiar spot. It's a little different than other properties that have sold, that are similar sizes based on the community. So this is what we're up against. This is what we've got. Boom. And it's data. It's information. It's not your opinion. We're really showing them what we're really up against. And that will help, like Nathan said, with the negotiation of bringing that price down potentially.
100%, brother. Well, Sean, we're going to kind of wrap it up here, but do you have anything you want to let people know? I know you got that VA service you help people with. What else you got?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it, guys. We definitely appreciate you for tuning in. And if anyone needs a professionally trained virtual assistant to help you scale your business, help you grow, reach out to us at reiworldsolutions.com. Be sure that you let me know that Nathan sent you. We'll take great care of you.
I love it. I love it. Cool, cool, cool. And for anybody else that likes kind of what we're talking about, what I've kind of showed you and how to use Batch, I love using Batch. It's helped me out a ton. And what I wanted to let everybody know is that I do a free masterclass. I actually did a free masterclass this week. And all you got to do to go into the masterclass, if this dang vibe board will work, is all you got to do is go to painlessflipping.com. And what we do is we show you how to do things the painless way. Like what I just showed you was, unfortunately, it's painful. I got to make all these calls, right? I got to find a buyer. What the painless flipping way is, sometimes you don't even need to get it under contract. If you know buyers in the area. So like, let's say, for example, I was a master at this area. I'm not, right? So I have to go painful route. Mm-hmm. But if I'm a master in St. George and I know all the buyers, or at least 5 to 10 key buyers, I can just be like, I'm talking to the seller. Seller's like, man, I cannot sell this property, Nathan. And I'm like, okay, great. Give me a second. Let me see what what I'd be able to pay. Let me see what my network would be able to pay. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. I send a couple texts. I say, hey, I got a motivated seller. What would you pay? And then my buyers just immediately tell me what they'll pay. I didn't need to sign a contract. Didn't need to send it to escrow. Don't care about any of that. I get 5 to 10 solid buyers that I work with all the time saying, bro, I need to be at, the seller wants 2. I need to be at 1 million. That's the painless way. That's so easy. And then if they say, if one guy's like, I'll pay 2.5 and the guy's already at 2, I just, within minutes, because of the relationships, because of the way I navigated, I just made whatever that is. Like in that situation, it's $500,000, right?
$500,000.
That's the painless way. So in my opinion, using back in the very beginning to develop those relationships, using the strategies I teach, that is so important to speeding up this whole process. Because if you hit every area like this St. George I just showed you, like you're brand new to it, you're gonna be very, very busy trying to dispo properties. You're gonna have to be finding information out. Master an area. That's what I say. Master an area. Master the relationships and the networking. Then you can quickly flip properties the painless way. That's what I do. That's what I teach. So anyway, if you guys want to learn how to get master the buyers, painlessflipping.com. We'll teach you there. Thanks, Sean, for coming, bro. And
absolutely.
Like I said, if you guys need a VA, he's the guy.
Let's go.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.